Hi everybody, this is Kevin and welcome back to another video, and this is going to be my January 2025 update video, despite the fact that it isn't even my first video uploaded in this month, in this new year of 2025. Can you believe that? Hopefully you've seen the other two videos, by the way, my East 8 review and my review of Fairy Tail and 100 Years Quest episode 25, the season 1 finale. But, yeah, I have to get this out here just to talk about some general thoughts, plans for the channel, and just a bit of ranting and raving, if you will, because that's one of my other staples that I invented, by the way, ranting and raving with Kevin. Who else does ranting and raving with whoever? Ranting and raving with Dreamcast guy. Ugh. But anyway, my first thought is just observing my fellow content creators, which, by the way, I am not a content creator. I just make videos. Don't call me a content creator. That's not who I am. I am not a content creator. But regardless, my fellow content creators, they all do these videos like, my plans for the future, for the year, I'm going to be better. I'm going to do the greatest project you ever seen, the greatest retrospective video. You'll never be on Modular's level, let me just tell you. Never. Modular, the only YouTuber I'll watch a 3-hour video on Kingsfield, despite never playing the Kingsfield games in my entire life, nor intending to. That's how good he is. You'll never be on that level. Also, throwing in subtle jokes about Biden and Corn Pop in his Ultima reviews, which that one Ultima game is literally the original fake Grand Order. The Mars Attacks or whatever the hell it's called, that's the original fake Grand Order. But anyway, it's funny to observe all that and to see how they're supposedly going to be better, whereas yours truly, after careful consideration, I have decided to become worse. And one thing, if any of them are even watching, one piece of advice I'll give them is you don't have to make a video on every single topic. Like, my God, some of these guys, I swear to God, they cut out their real life and they put that aside. They probably put aside, like, their family members. So, like, I gotta make this video right now. Like, I swear to God, some of the shit you see, especially the top 10 JRPG YouTubers, the top 10 games to get on sale, the top 10 games to relieve your anxiety after the election. Like, you fucking loser. Top 10 games to play while you're taking a shit on the toilet. But, yeah, I would say that you don't have to make a video on every little detail, that every little news that comes out. It's just ridiculous, because it'll be gone and forgotten before you can even think. But like, okay, here's an instance where I would have liked to have made a video on that, is our good pal Dreamcast guy, which Dreamcast guy, one of his first videos of the year, where you get some deep lore on the boy, is that his teeth are all fucked up, which you can see that just watching him, you know, in any of his videos. His teeth are all crooked, and he needs like dentures or whatever, but you learn that the boy was homeless, and that's why he has those pockmarks or whatever. So in a way you kind of feel bad for him, but not really, because he's the one trying to make a living off ad revenue and Patreon money, where I don't think he's updated his Patreon since like 2017 or some shit. Which, there's people who bash that kid more than me. But it would have been fun to goof on him, so I'll goof on him here about how you're so much of a loser that you're e-bagging a GoFundMe to fix your teeth. Like, get a real fucking job. That's why I can't take these people seriously. Like, it's one thing to... See, I don't make any money. I'm not even eligible for monetization because my watch time is tanked because I don't stream anymore. But that'll be later in this video. But I don't even want money because it's like, you know, I'm just doing this for fun, for shits and giggles, because it's amusing to me. Whereas these guys, it's their livelihood, and you see them stressing out about it. If the video doesn't do the numbers or whatever, they're like, oh no, my audience, they're not watching me, help me, oh, give me money. Like, you fucking loser. Like, why don't you get a real job and stop trying to rely on super chats and all this other nonsense you get. Like, it's honestly pathetic. Grown-ass man, which I know Dreamcast guy's older than me, and he's sitting there, he doesn't even make good videos. Like, I do shitty videos, but my videos are better, more entertaining than his, because he has to skirt the line. I gotta be politically correct, but fuck Xbox. Ooh. You know, it's pathetic. So, I just find it hilarious that you have these guys, and it always happens. Like, do they not have insurance? I don't know how that works, but I have good insurance at my job, so I'm not too worried. Even just get a part-time job. Like, these guys who are doing the video game stuff, go work at GameStop or something. And you get out of the house. Like, I get out of the house. If I was here, forced to sit here, record these videos, scroll on Twitter or wherever else you gotta get the news from, I gotta make a video. Here's the rumor, the Switch 2 specs. Let me make 10,000 videos on it. Like, Jesus Christ. But anyway, so I just find it funny, like, just observing it all. Whereas you have me who'll just do whatever. And yeah, I'm gonna do video, like, I have a video that I've already recorded, my must-play games of 2025, and I'd say about 90% of the games on there aren't even being released this year. And that's another thing, too. Like, these guys should try and avoid that. Is just play what you want to play, and instead, I gotta play this game this week, and the next game's coming out next week, and I gotta play this, I gotta do the reviews. Like, just enjoy yourself, man. That's why it's not fun for them. That's why they all look haggard and all stressed out constantly. Oh, but anyway, so yeah, as far as the videos go, the video game reviews are just gonna constantly stay. As long as I finish a game, I'm gonna record a review, no matter how long it is. Like, even the East 8 review, I think it's too long for the average person, and I don't know if my viewers even know this, but I do my spoiler-free section and then the spoiler section, so you can always watch the first half of the video and then not watch the second half if you're avoiding spoilers. But got East 8, Grand Blue Fantasy versus Fate Grand Order. Another video that I'm going to be uploading soon is also going to be my thoughts on Fate Grand Order after finishing the first part, the final Singularity, because goddamn, that game was amazing. And, you know, this was a thing from a few weeks ago at the Game Awards. They had, what was it, the Player's Choice Award, where there were 3 gacha games, Black Myth Wukong, and Elden Ring, the DLC for Elden Ring. And what was the gacha game? It was like Genshin Impact, Zenless Zone Zero, and Wuthering Waves. And there was a big uproar like, oh, gacha games, the gacha shit. Like, dude, when it all comes down to it, I think I put the most hours into Fate Grand Order in 2024. And you can play good gacha games. Like, just because it's a gacha game doesn't mean it's shit. Like, Fate Grand Order, when you get down to it, is a visual novel. It's a visual novel, and then as you progress, you'll have your battles, and it's like basic turn-based battles. You have quick, arts, buster attacks, etc., etc. You have the gacha mechanics where, you know, you can use your Saint Courts and roll, and hopefully you get a good servant. I pulled Archer Gill the other day during one of the banner events. I was happy about that. I pulled Archer Gill and Mysterious Heroine XX Foreigner, which that's a, you know, what Artoria's Ready Forbes, of course. So you have the gacha mechanics there, but when it comes to the story is fucking amazing. That's why I did a video on Fate Grand Order some time ago, wishing there was a console version, because the story is just so good. They've adapted some of it into anime, into movies, into anime series, but as someone who watched the anime adaptations first, then played the gacha game is better. Even the final Singularity, which they turned that into a movie, I think it's like, it was a 2-hour-long movie, it's better in the fucking gacha game, because in the movie, you have the characters who just show up or whatever, whereas in the gacha game, they all say something, and there's all important dialogue, whereas in the movie, it's just like the fan service, like, oh, there's Nero, you know, there's Nightingale, there's Kukulain Altar. So I don't know. And Sakata Kintoki's in the movie too, which in the gacha game, Sakata Kintoki shows up and he goes, I am one of Raiku's 4 heavenly knights, the unparalleled Golden Spark, which he doesn't say anything in the movie. He just shows up in the movie. Anyway, so yeah, I'm going to do a video on Fate Grand Order on the first part. Currently, I'm just doing like the daily shit and trying to get some materials to help my other servants. But I have the Epic of Remnant, which there's 4 parts there, the Epic of Remnant, and then part 2, which is the Lost Belts. So, yeah, the point there, and I'll expand more on my separate video, is just the fact that just because something is a gacha game doesn't mean it's bad. Like, I'll take Fate Grand Order, Master Duel, any of that stuff over whatever, but like Claire Obscure Expedition 33. That game looks like complete dog shit, and yet they posted again. They posted a, you know, their official thing on Twitter, I don't know, 30-second trail or whatever, and all the comments, Kino, ooh, this looks great, peak fiction, oh, Like, what the hell are you looking at? The game looks like complete dog shit. So yes, that's another idea. I will do a ranting and raving episode about that, saying the game is dog shit. It looks like complete dog shit, and I'm just shocked that people think it's great. Just like, well, I'm not really shocked people think Grand Theft Auto 6 looks great, because all the normies eat that shit up. But that's another game. You couldn't pay me to play Grand Theft Auto 6. I would never play that game. It looks like it's gonna be woke as fuck, too. Like, what are you guys doing? But yeah, just all the, like, Assassin's Creed, like, shit, we was samurais and shit, which the guy, Yasuke, he literally looks like George Floyd in that game. He literally does. And then there's all the other stuff, like, I don't know, man. You already know me. Unless it's a JRPG or adjacent to that, like Grand Blue Fantasy Versus, which is a fighting game, but kind of has RPG stuff to it. And Yu-Gi-Oh! My newfound love of Yu-Gi-Oh! I love Yu-Gi-Oh! Those are the only games I play. They gotta be anime as fuck. They gotta, be a JRPG, and that's it. Everything else into the fucking trash. I have quite a few anime reviews that haven't been recorded yet, but will be soon, such as Digimon the movies. I actually got that Blu-ray back before Thanksgiving. They shipped it a month early. Thank you, Discotech. I watched it back then. So fucking good. So fucking good. I watched the original Digimon the movie, the 3 OVAs spliced together, and then I watched the 3 separate OVAs with the new English dub, and it's fantastic. And I love Digimon the movie. I did a review of that years ago, like maybe 4 years ago now on the channel. And it's still good, but watching the redub is better. It's better, and I'm going to do a whole video explaining that and talking about it. And, incredible. I highly recommend it, especially the fact that the Blu-ray is like less than $30. So there's that. I have been rewatching the original Yu-Gi-Oh! Series, again, since Thanksgiving. So since Thanksgiving, I've been crazy with work. It's slowed down now, thankfully, but, I was at the point where it's just work, go home, eat, sit on the couch for an hour, go to bed. Like, that's what I was doing. And so, when I would sit on the couch for an hour, I was like, all right, let's just watch Yu-Gi-Oh! Like, what else am I going to do? I can't play a 100-hour JRPG because I got to read. So, let's watch Yu-Gi-Oh! And I decided to rewatch Yu-Gi-Oh! And I'm currently in the Capsule Monsters arc before the Pharaoh's Memories, the final arc. And it's so good. Yu-Gi-Oh! Is a series I watched in its entirety when it first aired on the Kids WB way back when. What was that, like 2001 or 2002? I think it started in Japan in 2000, and then it was either 2001 or 2002 on the Kids WB up to 2006. I would watch it each week. I remember it. Like on Saturday mornings, you had Pokemon, you had Jackie Chan Adventures, you had Batman the Animated Series, Batman Beyond, all this great stuff. And then Yu-Gi-Oh! And then at some point, they moved it to Cartoon Network. They had it Monday through Friday at like 3:30 on Cartoon Network. Yu-Gi-Oh! And Pokemon, and then Dragon Ball Z and Sailor Moon and shit. I watched the entire Yu-Gi-Oh! Series way back when. And then, as more time progressed, I think at some point they had Yu-Gi-Oh! On YouTube. That like Konami or the official Yu-Gi-Oh! Page had a YouTube channel where they had the episodes. I watched some of it there. And then a few times I like rewatched Battle City. But I've never rewatched the entire series from start to finish like I have now, aside from the first time I watched it. And dude, it is so good. Something I really appreciate rewatching it is just the side characters and the whole thing with ancient Egypt and the pharaoh and everything, all those characters. Because when I was a kid, all I cared about are the duels, and I just really cared about Yugi, Kaiba, and Joey. But now as an adult watching it, I love the stuff with Tristan and Taya and all, like, dude, the arc with Tristan when Yugi's dueling Pegasus, and then Tristan and Bakura go to rescue Mokuba, and then the Spirit of the Millennium Ring possesses Bakura, and then he takes out his deck, and he's like, I invoke the power of chained energy. These mere mortals know nothing of the fiends which will lurk inside my deck. And it's so fucking keto. And the 4Kids dub, I'll never understand. Well, I kind of understand. Like, some people criticize the 4Kids dub and they'll say, oh, the jelly donuts and this and that. But you can't deny the performances that the 4Kids voice actors had. And if you listen to the interviews and the panels with Dan Green and Eric Stewart, and they talk about how they had to they were forced to by the TV guidelines to air Yu-Gi-Oh! As a Saturday morning cartoon, which Yu-Gi-Oh! It's more similar, I guess you'd say, to like My Hero Academia. Like that's the age demographic, the mid to late teen demographic, I guess. And then us 30-year-olds are still watching or rewatching it, but whatever. That's what it's more geared to. But the way they aired it, they aimed it to 10, 12-year-olds, which that's what I was when I first watched it. But it's so fucking good. And then you get like these epic moments where Kaiba's dueling against Siegfried, and he draws one card, and there was some stipulation with Siegfried where he says he had some magic card, and it's like you have to declare how many magic cards you're going to use in that turn. And Kaiba literally only had one card in his hand, and he looks at it, he goes, I'll use 4 magic cards. And Siegfried's like, what? You're only holding one card. And then Kaiba plays it. I activate the magic card, Card of Demise, which lets me draw 5 new cards as long as I discard my entire hand in 5 turns. And then he activates all these different magic cards. And then finally it's like, return from the different dimension. And he summons 3 blue eyes and 2 other dragons all in one turn, and the way he places all 5 cards on the duel disc, it's so fucking Kino. And oh man, Siegfried had this one monster out there which had 3,300 attack points, and then he used Luster Dragon number 2, who only had 2,400 attack points, destroying his dragon and part of his life points. And Siegfried's like, what the fuck? And then he attacks them all, and then finally the 3 blue eyes do the ultimate attack. It's so fucking good. It's so fucking good. And even watching Capsule Monsters now, which you look online, oh, Capsule Monsters sucks. Like, no, dude, you have Joey riding on the back of Baby Dragon. He's like, hey, it's my boy, Baby Dragon. It's fucking Kino. So I'm going to do my whole video. I'll probably end up doing like an hour video on Yu-Gi-Oh! When it's all said and done. But the point is, I strongly recommend fucking Yu-Gi-Oh! The original series is amazing. And I think after I finish it, I will watch Yu-Gi-Oh! GX and 5Ds. Because those are the only Yu-Gi-Oh! Series I've seen, the original, GX, and 5Ds. And watching the original, like, people say 5Ds are the best. I don't know. I think the original is the best, but I like to rewatch them all. So, Yu-Gi-Oh! That's on the docket as well. Yeah, so that's it for the anime reviews. I have Digimon and then Yu-Gi-Oh! And maybe at some point I'll watch GX and 5Ds. I think I will. So all the new games I'm going to play... you'll have to watch that video. That'll be out maybe next week. I'd also like to continue Ranting and Raving with Kevin. That's one of my favorite series. This video is kind of like a Ranting and Raving with Kevin mini-series, if you will, because of how loud and unhinged I'm becoming. But, you know, that's who I am. That is who I am. So, Ranting and Raving will continue. I'd love to goof on that boy Dreamcast guy some more, and even some of my other fellow content creators, as I did earlier in this video. And just goof on them will be fun. And I'm sure there's more things to come up. I think, what was the last Ranting and Raving I did? What was that, talking about the ADL and Mark Warner, that douchebag senator from Virginia, and Gabe Newell, which that passed. I think that was December 13th, where he was threatening Gabe Newell and Steam, and that passed and nothing happened. So I'm not too sure what's going on with that. Maybe I'll look into it, do some more Ranting and Raving. The Tendies, it's always fun to rant about the Nintendies, because these guys are, you know, going on about the Switch too. And as I talked about, I did that video, once again, praising Fate Stay Night, about how I don't use the Switch, and my preferred console is the PS5, which it is. And I don't understand the Switch fans. Maybe I could do that, just piss the Switch fans off, because I like to cause a bit of conflict and strife. As I said, I'm becoming worse. So yeah, that's another thing. Also, I don't know what you'd call these type of videos, but I have some other ideas. It's not Ranting and Raving. It's actually more positive. One of the video, I'll just give you like the working title, is how to overcome and how to deal with depression. And I want to tell like a story, a personal story about that, because I see people online all the time, especially on Twitter. And these guys are so fucking depressed. Maybe they just pretend they're depressed or whatever. They just do the whole woe is me thing. And I don't know. It worked for me. I'm going to do a whole video talking about it just to try and help other people deal with depression or not even anxiety, because we all have anxiety when it comes to certain situations. But when it comes to depression and like taking medication and, you know, seeing a psychiatrist or psychologist or whatever the fuck they're called, I think I have some thoughts on that can help people, and I do want to do a separate video talking about that and just maybe to help people. So, as I say, I'm gonna bash my fellow content creators. I do want to make a video to try and help them, because I can see it so often. It's like, a lot of you guys are so fucking miserable, and it's really easy to overcome being miserable. And a lot of it comes to just sitting online. Like, these guys, especially you see on Twitter, these guys sit online on Twitter all day. Like, there's so much more you can be doing with your life than sitting on fucking Twitter just being miserable. And so, yeah, I do want to make a video kind of talking about that. As someone who lurks on Twitter and sees shit. But mainly the only reason why I'm on Twitter is to see, like, fan art and shit like that. And to rile people up and see memes. And God, the memes I've seen on Twitter, the racist memes, the Pepe memes, the Jewish memes lately, god damn. You know, in a way, fuck Elon, because the shit he's pulling, like, oh, we need more Indians, as long as they're legal. But in another way, Twitter would not be this way without him. So, thank you, Elon. Like, the George Floyd memes, the fact that we're still seeing George Floyd memes, like, I saw one the other day. It's George Floyd, it's that standard picture of him, they have the one picture of him that's always floating around. And he has, like, knight armor photoshopped on him, and it says, Sir Floyd the Breathless. It's fucking hilarious. Which, there's another one where he's wearing, like, a little hat, like a sleeping hat. I don't know what you'd call it, his pajama hat. And it says, I can't sleep. And there's another one, this one I saw on 4chan, where it's him and Charlie Manson having a dance-off. Oh my god. So anyway, so another video idea I have is just doing more unboxings, in particular unboxings of Yu-Gi-Oh cards, because ever since I've been rewatching the Yu-Gi-Oh anime series, I've been buying some tins, boxes, structure decks, etc. And so, while I don't play Yu-Gi-Oh in person, I play Master Duel. Master Duel, what a game. I think it would be fun to just do the unboxings, because you can get my reaction, especially the ones I tried to get were the more retro-themed packs. Hopefully with the chance to pull Dark Magician Girl or things of that caliber, because I actually did an unboxing of a Yu-Gi-Oh tin. I think it was the Ancient Pharaoh's tin or something like that 2 years ago, I want to say, where I did pull the Dark Magician Girl. So it would be nice if I could pull the Dark Magician Girl again, or perhaps the Dark Magician, or Blackluster Soldier, or whoever else. So that'll be fun to unbox some Yu-Gi-Oh cards. And really the whole point is, I just like collecting the art. Like I said, I don't play the game in person. I like to play Master Duel. But it's fun to do unboxing videos like that, and I'm sure it could be entertaining for you guys to see my reaction. Unfiltered reaction. And yeah, so that's an idea. I also have a few of those Digimon packs from a few years ago. I opened some of them. There's actually a playlist on the channel of them. So maybe I can finish opening them, whatever. Also, I did get a shit ton of video games for, well, I got them from the Black Friday sales and Christmas and stuff like that. So, you know, go through them. I'm going to do a video, actually. This is already in my mind. The 1-year anniversary of Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, which is actually, it was a leap year, February 29th. I think that's what the day was. It was sometime in February. So it'll be cool to revisit that. And I'll tell you the name of the video, like or the working title, I guess. My strange relationship with Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, because I loved Final Fantasy VII Remake. I beat the game like 3 times, getting the Platinum Trophy. And that was a different time, too, because the game came out in 2020, the height of the coof, so we were all home playing our Vidia anyway. And if you would have told me, like, you know, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth was going to come out and you weren't going to play it, and a year would pass and you still wouldn't play it, I would have been like, what the fuck are you talking about? But yeah, come February, a year will pass, and I still have Final Fantasy VII Rebirth in its plastic. And honestly, I don't know when the hell I'm going to play the game, because my whole idea with that was to replay Final Fantasy VII Remake and play the Intergrade DLC, because, you know, I played the game on the PS4, and then they released the Intergrade DLC for the PS5, and that's with Yuffie and all that. And Scarlet, some Scarlet Booba action, oh yeah. So I wanted to replay that before playing Rebirth, but then the more I learned about Rebirth, it's some bullshit Ubisoft Towers open world nonsense. I hate open world nonsense. So I don't know. I'll do some sort of ranting and raving video talking about that. So I don't know, guys. This video's gone on. I don't even know what the fuck this video is. I guess I kind of wanted to record this. This would have been something I should have streamed, but I don't like to stream anymore. So we'll just record this, and hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Leave me some thoughts and feedback in the comments down below. That's really it. So thanks, guys. Happy New Year. Stay tuned for the videos coming soon. If you have any ideas of video topics, you know, let me know. But I have a bunch of shit going on in my head that I want to get out there. And I guess, you know, I want to get this out there. So thanks, guys. Stay tuned for all sorts of fun stuff coming soon. And everybody, have a great day. Peace out.
99.